Dream big, stay positive, work hard, and enjoy the journey. A very good morning to all. MES IMAT, shining star, MES educational institution, and one of the finest private educational institutions in Kerala. The institution has always believed in providing high quality education to the students. Really honored to announce that MES IMAT, in association with MES Ernakulam District Committee, presents webinar on digital and social marketing. Every small business has a dedicated target audience, which is active on certain digital channels. Digital marketing teaches you how to build, scale up, and sustain your brand's online reputation across all the relevant digital platforms. Now, let's begin with a silent prayer. Thank you all. Now, I would like to invite Dr. P.A. Habib Rahman, Director of MES IMAT, for the welcome address. So, please.
Thank you, Navneeta. Good morning and welcome to today's meeting on digital and social marketing. Respected President of MES Ernakulam District Committee, M. Ashraf, our Correspondent and Secretary of IMAT, Abul Hassan Sir, Secretary MES Ernakulam District Committee, came Liaquat Ali Khan. And there is also present for this program, Sanjay Gopinath, Head of Marketing, Communications, MathWorks India, HOD Sajjad Sir, Shailija Miss, and all my faculty colleagues and students. This program, Digital and Social Marketing, we are convening at the instance of MES Ernakulam District Committee, who took the initiative for getting Sanjay Gopinath for this program. As this is an academic program, I am not taking much time, but I would like to just touch upon what exactly digital and social marketing and its relevance in 2 words. All said and done, the entire globe is as on date digital. If you take away the digital content, the entire world itself is not there. Whatever you do, be it in marketing or any other arena, it's all based on the algorithms and the AI supported findings that we are getting. Suppose you go to a bank, whether you should get a loan or not, itself is the algorithm decides finally whether you are eligible for that or not. We have reached to that. And in all marketing arena, even in marketing of say politics, digital platform plays a substantially bigger role. I don't have to narrate much because we know what exactly is happening in our country across the globe. And the recent COVID also, whatever data, whatever analysis that is being made and given to the world over, it's all, we can see the digital thing behind it. So this is the prominence of digital marketing as on date. So we thought that it's a, because we are giving a paper on digital marketing as a specialization paper to our SEM3 students. So all the SEM3 students are also attending. We have requested the junior students also to attend this program. So let me come to my duty of welcoming the dignitaries for the today's program. M. Ashraf, the district president of MES, is known to everyone, and for any program of MES AIMAT, is always there in the forefront to support us in a big way. In fact, this program also has come as an initiative of the Ernakulam District Committee. I, on behalf of MES AIMAT, management committee, faculty, and entire students. With immense pleasure, sir, I would like to welcome you for today's program. Our secretary, A. Abul Hassan, he is the man and mind behind MES AIMAT. For all the activities that we do here, he is there to support us in a big way. Anytime we have approached him with requests for any programs, whatever is required, he is readily available to extend the helping hand and the solid support with which we are functioning. Sir, on behalf of entire faculty colleagues and students, it's my deep pleasure to welcome you for today's program. KM Liaquat Ali Khan is the secretary of MES Ernakulam District Committee. In fact, he is a person who has called me initially and gave me the details of this resource person. That's how I got Sanjay Gopinath. So this, on behalf of the entire faculty colleagues, management committee, students and staff, it's my pleasure to welcome you, sir, for today's program. And the most important person, the resource person, Mr. Sanjay Gopinath, with a lot of experience, working in real-time experience, that I would like to say, because we also know as faculty members what exactly is digital marketing and all. But he is having hands-on experience. This is what we would like to share to our students. Sir, I'm extremely happy that you have made it, that you have on time, you have come for this program. And I, on behalf of entire MES management committee, faculty, students, and all attending this program, I welcome you, sir, for today's program. I extend a warm welcome to all the faculty colleagues led by Sajjad sir and Sharija Miss, all my students of some 3 MBA and some 1 MBA, and all the invited guests who are attending this. I wish all the best and welcome you all once again for this program. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I invite Mr. M. Ashraf, MES District President, Ernakulam, for the inaugural address. Sir, please.
Respected Chairman of this webinar, Advocate A. Abul Hassan, Secretary of Managing Committee, AIMAT and MES College Marambally, MES Ernakulam District Secretary, Mr. K.M. Liaquat Ali Khan, Mr. Sanjay Gopinath, resource person of this session, Dr. P.A. Habib Rahman, Director MES AIMAT, HODs and other faculties, and participants of this program. ഇന്നത്തെ നമ്മുടെ വെബിനാറിന്റെ വിഷയം ഡിജിറ്റൽ ആൻഡ് സോഷ്യൽ മാർക്കറ്റിംഗ് എന്നതാണ്. തീർച്ചയായും വളരെ കാലിക പ്രസക്തമായ ഒരു വിഷയമാണ് ഇന്നിവിടെ അവതരിക്കപ്പെടുന്നത്. ഇന്ന് ഓരോ പ്രോഡക്റ്റുകളെ സംബന്ധിച്ചും അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അതിവരുടെ സർവീസുകളെ സംബന്ധിച്ചും കൂടുതൽ ആളുകളിലേക്ക് അവ വളരെ ലോ കോസ്റ്റിൽ എത്തിക്കുന്നതിനുള്ള ഏറ്റവും വലിയ ഒരു മീഡിയ ആണ് ഈ ഡിജിറ്റൽ ആൻഡ് സോഷ്യൽ മീഡിയ. തീർച്ചയായും അതിൻ്റെ സാധ്യതകൾ എത്രമാത്രം നമുക്ക് പ്രയോജനപ്പെടുത്താൻ കഴിയുമെന്നുള്ളതിൻ്റെ സംബന്ധിച്ചിട്ടുള്ള വിവരങ്ങളാണ് ഇന്നിവിടെ നമുക്ക് മുന്നിൽ പങ്കുവെക്കുന്നത്. വളരെ ഫാസ്റ്റായി ഗ്ലോബൽ ഓഡിയൻസിലേക്ക് വേണ്ടി ഈ ഇത്തരം സർവീസസ് ലഭ്യമാക്കുന്ന ഈ സോഷ്യൽ മീഡിയ, അതിൻ്റെ അനന്ത സാധ്യതകൾ, അതിലെ പ്രശ്നങ്ങൾ എല്ലാം ഇവിടെ അവതരിപ്പിക്കപ്പെടും എന്നുള്ളത് കൊണ്ട് കൂടുതൽ കാര്യങ്ങളിലേക്ക് അത് സംബന്ധിച്ച് പോകേണ്ട ആവശ്യമില്ല. നമ്മുടെ മുന്നിലുള്ള ഈ മൊബൈൽ ഫോൺ, കമ്പ്യൂട്ടേഴ്സ്, മറ്റ് ഡിജിറ്റൽ മീഡിയ ഇതെല്ലാം ഉപയോഗിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് ഈ സോഷ്യൽ മീഡിയയുടെ ഡിജിറ്റൽ മാർക്കറ്റിംഗ് നമുക്ക് എത്രമാത്രം അത് സംബന്ധിച്ച് മനസ്സിലാക്കാൻ കഴിയും എന്നുള്ളത് വളരെ പ്രാധാന്യമുള്ള ഒരു കാര്യമാണ്. ഏതാണെങ്കിലും ഇന്നിപ്പോ ഫേസ്ബുക്ക്, ട്വിറ്റർ, യൂട്യൂബ്, ഇൻസ്റ്റാഗ്രാം തുടങ്ങിയിട്ടുള്ള ആ സോഷ്യൽ മീഡിയ എല്ലാം ഉപയോഗിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് ഇന്നത്തെ ഏറ്റവും വലിയ ഒരു ഡിമാൻഡ് എന്നുള്ള നിലക്ക് നമ്മുടെ ഈ ഡിജിറ്റൽ ആൻഡ് സോഷ്യൽ മാർക്കറ്റിംഗ് എത്രമാത്രം നമുക്ക് പ്രയോജനപ്പെടുത്താം, അത് നേരിടുന്ന പ്രശ്നങ്ങൾ എന്താണ് എന്നുള്ളതൊക്കെ ഇവിടെ അവതരിക്കപ്പെടും. തീർച്ചയായും ഐമാറ്റിന്റെ നേതൃത്വത്തിൽ MES എറണാകുളം ജില്ലാ കമ്മിറ്റിയുമായി സഹകരിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് ഈ പരിപാടി സംഘടിപ്പിക്കാൻ അതിന് മുന്നോട്ട് വന്ന ഐമാറ്റ് അതിൻ്റെ ഡയറക്ടറെയും ബന്ധപ്പെട്ട വ്യക്തികളെയും പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് മാനേജിംഗ് കമ്മിറ്റിയുടെ ഭാഗത്തു നിന്ന് സെക്രട്ടറിയെയും ഈ അവസരത്തിൽ അഭിനന്ദിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് ഈ മഹത്തായ സംരംഭം ഇവിടെ ഉദ്ഘാടനം ചെയ്യുന്നതായി ഞാൻ അറിയിക്കുന്നു. നന്ദി, നമസ്കാരം.
Thank you, sir. Now, I invite Advocate A.A. Abul Hassan, Secretary, Managing Committee, MES AIMAT, for the Presidential Address. Sir, please.
Good morning to all. Thank you, Navneeta. Respected Director, Dr. Sabir, here, District President Mr. Imam Ashraf, beloved District Secretary Liaquat Ali Khan, today's resource person Dr. Sanjay Gopinath, other participants in the webinar. First of all, I am thankful to everybody who organized this webinar for inviting me to be a part of this incident. This is a time, or perhaps an era, of digital marketing. We all know what is digital marketing. It is there at our doorsteps every day, or at our neighbor's doorstep. It has become prevalent in cities and other urban areas. Now it has been extended to rural areas also, especially in Kerala. Rural areas cannot be differentiated from urban areas. That is the situation. So the effect is that you might have seen very often in social media that while you embracing the marketing giants, worldwide marketing giants, the small shopkeeper in the neighborhood is ignored and he is put to poverty, especially in this COVID scenario. So everybody is advised to help the local shopkeepers at the maximum extent possible. Another thing I find that is that our economy is badly affected. You get things at a half price or a lower price than half. What is happening? that our revenue is lost because of avoidance of tax by legal methods. It is not evasion of tax, it is avoidance of tax. But as far as we are concerned, the thing is that mostly our money is going abroad to giants in the marketing field, digital marketing field. Now we understand that Tata has to start a digital marketing platform. And then also the situation will not change, that Tata will make money of it. So we are profited by digital marketing. It is at a, as far as state and the poor man is concerned, they are at a loss also. I wonder whether in a short time, whether the digital marketing will be prevalent in not only the commodity sector, but also in the knowledge and information sector. That will also come. The net result is that we make profit at the loss of the state and the poor man. But we cannot avoid it. That is the situation. So I wish this webinar all success. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I invite Mr. K.M. Liaquat Ali Khan, MES District Secretary in Nankulam, for the keynote address. Sir, please.
Good morning, one and all. Respected District President, Mr. M.M. Ashraf, respected Secretary and Correspondent of the college, respected Director of IMAT, respected resource person Sanjay Gopinath, and respected faculty members. I'm very happy to be here on this auspicious occasion. And being a businessman, of course, it is very interesting subject for me. I'm doing business right from 1971. I started my business. And I was watching the tremendous changes in the marketing field. So I came to know the changes that has been happened every year in the field of marketing, business transactions, and all other things. Here, the digital and social marketing forms and blogs to promote product or brand and create awareness about them. So we are using so many medias, we used to purchase material through online, through internet, to mobile apps. So the most benefited person is the purchaser who can choose the right product in right time. That is the most benefit part of this social media. Second thing, to eliminate the mediator. The seller is contacting direct to the purchaser. So the purchaser is availing maximum benefit from the product in addition to the price. So I'm not prolonging my speech. I wish you all success, and let it be a good presentation by Sanjay Gopinath. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We have an eminent personality present here, Mr. Sanjay Gopinath, Head of Marketing and Communication, Matlab India. Mr. Sanjay has decades of experience in marketing communication and business development at technology organizations. He has worked with companies at different stages of growth startups to mature MNCs. He is experienced in building and ramping up marketing teams. Mr. Sanjay has extensive experience working with the Asia Pacific and North America markets. He is currently the head of marketing and communication for MathWorks India. With great honor and respect, I would like to invite Mr. Sanjay Gopinath for the session.
Thank you, Namnita. I hope you can hear me. I'm going to start sharing. One second, I'm just trying to share my screen. Can you see my screen? If somebody can answer, Suma ma'am or Namnita.
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Yeah, sorry for the slight delay. Yeah, first of all, big thanks to all the people. Yeah, it's probably it all started with my father, who is still in Cochin, speaking to Liaquat Ali sir, and then I speaking to Habib sir, Suma ma'am, and all, and finally I'm here in front of you. And thank you for this big opportunity to address you in sharing some of my experiences. Of course, even though I've been working in the field for close to 20 years, I consider myself as still a student, and I'll tell you why. It's always important for us to be a student rather than think that, okay, I've learned everything. Liaquat sir was talking about doing business in 60s. I can tell you, and how he has seen the change. I can tell you in the last 20 years, when I was like one of you, doing my studies at Indian Institute of Foreign Trade, Delhi, and then coming out of there till the journey till now, it's 20 years, I've seen a lot of changes. And if I had just stopped studying at that moment, that, oh, I passed MBA, I got my job, then I would not have been here, that's for sure. So hopefully my session will help you get more curious, and also to probably get you some bit of understanding about this space from a very practical perspective, so that you can apply some of this in your education as well as in your future journey. All right, so I'll get right into the topic. I know many of you have been exposed to social and digital marketing, so I will not go into definitions of social and digital marketing. My session will probably in the next 40-45 minutes will concentrate on how we can apply some of this and how we are seeing it applied in our daily life. Like I think Abdul Hassan sir was telling about applying that to the benefit of many people, and how it kind of benefits you as a marketer as well as somebody who is purchasing. Some of these points were touched right now by many of these people who spoke before me. So I will probably take you that journey. In that journey, I also wanted to share with you a concept called the buyer journey. I don't know how many of you are familiar with that, but I'll concentrate on the buyer. Finally, customer is the king. I mean, we've heard that many times, right? So in a digital world, there are many opportunities or many options for us to choose. Now we are the king. We can choose from multiple vendors sitting at the facility of your home. So now in that scenario, how you as a future marketer will try to understand this buyer closely, and then how you will align his interest to your interest. That will be the crux or the core of my presentation. I'll be very happy to take questions. If you can put it in the chat, it's fine, or otherwise we'll have some time for interactions at the end. And I'm very happy to take questions. And in that way, we can make this session more interactive. All right. So before I start, I just want to make sure that we are all on the same page. When I say same page, what do we understand by digital marketing? What do we understand by traditional marketing? So what is traditional marketing? Traditional marketing has been some of the pictures I put here, hoardings, which you can see while you travel on the road, big trade shows or conferences, the picture which you see on the right top. There will be brochures which are either sent to mails, and I'm sure that some of the seniors here will know that people used to send to your physical address, with your home address, some of these brochures, and you will get that when you go to a shop and all those. And then you have websites, and I'm showing websites as a traditional marketing because that's how probably we all started marketing. And now things have changed. Now, where are the advertisements coming? You can see all this. I'm not going to each of them, but you can see advertisements everywhere in your digital media. Whenever you open your phone, mobile phone, be it Instagram, be it your LinkedIn pages, or you go to Amazon, you can see the advertisements, or you search, like you search on Google for smartphone, and the first thing which comes up is our advertisements. Or on YouTube, there are advertisements. So everywhere digitally, they are rendering these advertisements. And what's the benefit? We all know that it's cost effective. You can reach a wider audience. And in many cases, you can measure this. So for example, if I am giving you an advertisement in Instagram, I will clearly know how many people clicked on it and who clicked on it. So that information we will not get when that hoarding is on a public place, and you are seeing that hoarding, but it's on a public place. So you don't know how many people saw that. Did people come and purchase because of that? You don't have any idea. So you don't know if I am putting 1,000 rupee into that advertisement, how much I'm getting back. Whereas in digital media, when you put these advertisements, you know, okay, I'm putting 1,000 rupee and I'm getting, say, 5,400 rupees. So you know the ROI, the return on investment there. I will try to, as we go through the charts, I'll try to explain as much as possible, because I know we are all accessing this from various devices, so there'll be some difficulty in seeing the charts, and I'm happy to share the charts after the presentation so that you can watch it at your leisure. Now, why this change from traditional to digital marketing? So 70% of the buyer journey is complete before a buyer even reaches out to sales. Corporate executive board says that 57% of the executives reach a decision before they contact sales. So here, I want you to kind of pause and understand the gravity of this statement here. People don't call your office to say that I want this product and I want to buy this product, give me a quote, or tell me what are the features. That time is gone in many cases. I'm not saying in all cases, but in many cases. For example, earlier when maybe my first mobile phone, when I started working, I went into a store to buy that mobile phone. Now, probably my second phone, third phone, I mean, after that, I've never gone to a store to buy a phone. And I never tell Samsung or a Nokia or an Apple that, hey, I'm going to buy this phone, give me a good price. I never do that, because all the decisions we are taking on the digital media. And when I'm saying this is not just for small purchases. This is for even big purchases. And I can tell you examples from my work here. So we sell a software called Matlab Simulink, which are pretty much used in a lot of engineering colleges, even in Kerala. Several engineering colleges use the software. Now that software you cannot go and download from the net. You have to, I mean, you can download from the net, but you cannot buy it like click in Amazon. It's not that easily available like with your Windows or your Microsoft Office. But in that case also, people tend to make all their decisions, or majority of the decisions, online by searching for Matlab Simulink. What are the softwares? How does it compare with other software? What are the benefits of using? Who else is using that software? Will it solve my issue? All these search information gathering is done without the knowledge of me as a Matlab's marketing person or anybody in that office. And now they go to that 70% of your journey, and after that they may come to a website and then say that, hey, I'm interested in buying this, give me a quote, or how do I buy that? Still, he may be doing that for 2 or 3 products. So you see, I just know it when he is almost ready to purchase. That's a very difficult situation for a marketer. If I had known it earlier, I would think that, okay, I would have given him this information, that information, I could have given him an offer and all those. That's not happening. So all these searches are happening on a digital medium. It is not picking up a piece of paper and reading it. They are reading it on mobile. They are obviously asking friends. They are getting advertisements on LinkedIn, on Google. They are going into Gartner, which is an analyst firm, and reading about, okay, how does Matlab compare to some of the other softwares and all. So in this situation, how do we as marketers, how do we align more? I mean, that's where I'm going to focus more. Now, these things are getting, I would say, more and more serious in the sense that you can see some of the statistics here. People are using more and more and more of digital media. And I think Abul Hassan Sir talked about that a little bit in the pandemic time also. People have been using more and more of this software. So, for example, I've been working from home for last 6-7 months now. And if we did not have the digital medium outreach, we would have failed. If we were looking at putting some events up, putting a particular, I would say, a trade show, a conference up, and then looking at people coming there, buying the software, I would have failed. We would have gone out of business. But because of the digital channels, we were able to survive. Now we come a little bit into the buyer journey, and this is probably a new concept I would love you to take back after this session, and this will definitely going to add value to your social and digital marketing knowledge. Now, when you search for buyer journey on Google, you will get various versions. I've just put as very concise and probably the easy way to understand. And you would have also seen this in your, if you read Kotler and other marketing books, you would have seen AIDA model. This is again a little bit of a variation of the AIDA, but looking from a customer perspective. Now, buyer journey is the active research process that the potential buyer goes through leading up to a purchase. I know you all have done that, and we'll get into some of the examples pretty soon. We do quite a bit of research before we buy anything. Okay, we may not do a research to buy a chocolate because that's probably a small value purchase, but I am sure you will do quite a bit of research before you buy a smartphone, before you probably go and buy a car, before you maybe even go to a restaurant, which restaurant to go. So it all depends on the amount that you spend and the criticality. So, for example, if you are probably taking out somebody important, I mean, you are taking your partner to a restaurant. You want to make sure that the experience is good. So you will do the research and find out the right restaurant to go. So all these, I'm not calling up the restaurant and asking. I am doing the research online and then maybe calling up the restaurant just to make the booking. So the first part of this journey is awareness, where the person is learning more and more about the product. It is actually discovering some of the issues with the person is facing, and we'll get into some of the details. Second part is consideration, where the person has got, okay, 3 or 4 items which can serve my needs, maybe 3 or 4 smartphones. And finally, the person is making a decision. We'll go into details now. Now, these are the different stages, and I'll take you through an example, a very typical example, which many of us would have gone through, at least. I mean, probably some of the younger generation like you may not have gone through, but you can relate to it very easily. Oh, I'm having a back pain. Not sure what I should do. So you wake up in the morning and then you find that there's a back pain. Okay, you are not sure, okay, why that happened. So that's the discovery phase. You are discovering that you have a small issue. It is the discovery could also be, okay, I have to reach many other people. I don't have a phone, or the phone getting broken, and then you're trying to reach out to, or the discovery for an organization, large organization. It could be, okay, I need to deliver this project for Microsoft in US, and for that I need some software. That could be the discovery. And now they get into the explore research mode, where they are getting more and more idea. Okay, looks like, okay, what do you do when you have back pain? Typically, what do you do? You don't go to a doctor right now. You go and search. Okay, back pain in the morning, and all those things you search. Which is, I'm not saying that you should do that, but many of us do that. You may also check with the people in the house or your friends. Say that, hey, today morning I woke up with the back pain. What could be the reason? Maybe your friend had back pain like that, and he may say that yes, this could be the reason. And you may try to get some authentic information. If you have a doctor friend, you may try to ask him or her what's the reason. So that's the kind of researching phase we are finding out. And then you have to now make a decision. Okay, you understood that you have a problem. You researched a little bit on possible solutions to the problem. And now you have to make a decision of buying that product, buying the service, in this case, buying the service of a doctor. Now, again, you check. There are many specialist doctors around. Let me go and check their reviews. You check the reviews and you finally find one. Your friend also may recommend somebody. So that also goes in as an input for you to make the decision. So you see, you are moving from understanding of a problem, which is the pain in this case, finding possible solutions. I'm not saying that the right solution, possible solutions, and finally getting to that solution, which is going to that doctor and maybe taking some medicine. So you can find several examples. Okay, most of the decisions we go through the process. I'm not saying that this process is always linear. For example, when you are researching more, you may find that, okay, actually the back pain was not the problem. And maybe I ate something yesterday and my stomach is paining, or something like that. It's probably difficult for us to understand in many cases what exactly is the problem. So you go from awareness to consideration, you can go back to awareness, you can go to the decision, and then probably come back and consider it more. Maybe the doctor was not good, and then you want to go back, research more, find the next doctor, or the doctor is not available, or the doctor is not available today. So these are some of the reasons where you go up, you come back, and then you make a decision. So what I'm saying is that I have depicted it as very linear: awareness, consideration, and decision. But in many cases, it is not linear. It can be very convoluted. Now let us see how we apply that in our journeys. So now, typical things. How do you get awareness? Social post, a teaser video. So teaser videos, advertisements of mobile phones. Are you finding it difficult to take good pictures? And then you see that advertisement on your digital medium and say that, yes, my phone does not take good pictures. Okay, that's kind of teasing you to get into a purchase mode. Then you try to learn more. You have more in-depth videos. You go to Gadget Now or NDTV Gadget Now or several other mediums, and then find out the reviews. You are in an active exploratory mode on what can solve this. In B2B purchase, and I'll get into what B2B is, large business-to-business purchases, you will also read some technical white papers. If it's a bigger purchase, like you're buying a software, like our software, like Matlab and Simulink, you will go into reading the technical white paper, understanding how is it better compared to other softwares which you're considering. So all this will happen in the consideration phase. Now you have to make a decision. In this case, in many cases, you will get into a trial phase, because I'm going to spend, say, 1,20,000 on the software. I don't want to invest this 1,20,000 on the software and figure out this is not the right one for me. So I want to try. So in our website, so for example, you can download trials. You download the trial, use it for 1 month. Yes, this is the one I want to buy. Go to the website or call up and say that, yes, I want to buy the software. You do that in the shops when the shops were open. Now we don't have those shops. You go to retail store, you want to buy a shirt, you take 2-3 shirts to the change room, check those out, come out and pick one. That's try. You make the purchase faster. In the case of the software, which I earlier told, the purchase cycle is longer. So that's the difference. So, and then we may offer some sales. Say that buy before October 30th and you get 10% off. You see how I am trying to slowly nudge that customer towards the buying decision. And all these, majority of these happens in an online mode. And we'll get more details into it. So events, which are physical events. When I say events, you can see on the top, right bottom, usually don't come in the awareness phase, because if you're doing events for awareness phase, it's a very costly affair, because events cost more, because I have to get people there, I have to transport some stuff there, put up a stall there, put all those demonstration stuff. It costs more. So digital and social, as one of the earlier speakers told, is very cheap. So I try to do social and digital marketing to make sure that my costs are also optimized. Now, I know this chart is complicated, so don't worry. I will try to explain. What I want to essentially convey is that there are various ways in which the buyer moves through awareness, consideration, and decision. and I'm going to, if people can see the screen, I'm going to kind of concentrate on the screens, on those icons which have got a red circle. So a person just reads something, goes to a blog, just read something, and then the blog will say that, hey, come for this event which is happening. So she goes to the event, and from that event, she will decide that, okay, I think I need to buy it. And then she probably goes to the website of that particular company, put that into the shopping cart and buy, pay by credit card. It could be different ways. You get the advertisement in Facebook, then you are in the Facebook says that, hey, watch this video. You go and watch the video in YouTube. In between the watching the video, they say that 10% off on this purchase. You immediately go and purchase. Again, I am putting it in a very simplistic manner. It doesn't happen. You know that it doesn't happen in that simple manner. But essentially, I want to get the philosophy of buyer journey into you. So this is where when I know that somebody has searched for, say, smartphone from Google and clicked on my advertisement, I know that the person is coming because he searched on Google, because we can track everything. And then I can give an advertisement, an instant offer to him, saying that 10% off if you buy in the next 3 minutes or 5 minutes. So this is how we slowly nudge the people using digital manner. Nobody is coming behind. These are all, as Habib sir was saying, these are all driven by algorithms. And algorithms will understand that Sanjay is coming from, after searching smartphone, Sanjay is coming to Amazon. Let me just give this advertisement, because Sanjay has got a lot of choices. He can buy any brand. So let me just put an offer upfront so that I am pushing Sanjay to buy that particular Samsung mobile phone. And this can happen in Twitter, this can happen in LinkedIn, this can happen in blog, your websites. And I'm sure you would have seen when you go to Amazon to buy something and you did not complete the purchase, you come out, you go to a different website. Maybe you're trying to book your train ticket to IRCTC. The advertisement comes up of that particular product which you had picked. All this without a human sitting behind. We are doing it based on algorithms, and this is called retargeting. So all these are happening on the digital medium. It's not linear as we see. That is why I want to kind of depict the complexity of these transactions. That's what this page says. Now let's do we're talking about mobile phone. Let's do a typical buyer journey for a mobile phone. First, probably you search on Google. I mean, nowadays hardly people search for smartphone on Google, but I'm just giving an example. You search for smartphones on Google. You may ask your friend also, and that's a kind of discovery phase. Then you have multiple options. You search for smartphones. You found that okay, Samsung can satisfy my need, Realme can satisfy my need, and maybe Oppo can satisfy my need. Okay, I'll go and find some. Maybe Apple is beyond my budget, so I'm not going to bother about it. You go to the store, that's where your try and all will happen. You kind of pick up the phone, feel the phone, ask the shopkeeper about the features. Offline process. That's not digital, offline process. Or you have other ways. You directly go to Amazon. You search with the product name. You get all the features. Fantastic. You can make a decision. Or you go to the product page itself. In the sense, the Samsung.com you go, and then you figure out information. Then you probably are ready to buy. Now, how do you buy? If it's a store, you probably pay cash, or if it's online, you either COD, cash on delivery, or you pay through your credit card. So this is the full journey. You start from searching, and then finally coming and doing. Now, this journey is pretty fast in the case of smartphone, because you may not take much time to complete the transaction. In the case of business-to-business transactions, and when I say business-to-business, when businesses are trying to sell to business, for example, our software, Matlab, is not usually purchased by individuals. It is purchased by companies. Companies like your Tata, the Tata Motors, the TCS, the Mahindra and Mahindras of the world. So that's called business to business. Whereas in the case of Samsung phone, it is usually business to consumer, where Samsung is selling it to the consumer. Now, there are some cases where companies do business to business as well as business to consumer. For example, Airtel. So Airtel will sell its services to you as a consumer. So that means business to consumer. Airtel can also sell its broadband services to an organization. Hey, get this 2 Gbps broadband in your office. So that's business to business. So this is a business to consumer. A mobile phone typically is a business to consumer kind of transaction, and this is how it happens. Now, the very recent thoughts about the buyer journey has actually taken it a little bit ahead. You will see that when you Google for that. Okay, that is good that you bought the phone. People don't stop there. People try to advocate about that phone. And here the picture which I've said is, okay, you got the phone, you're very happy with the phone. You go into a restaurant, you take that picture of the beautiful picture which you captured with that phone and then put it in Instagram saying that taken from Samsung M51. And here you go, you are advocating the Samsung M51, which is what the brand wants, which is what Samsung wants. Why? Because then it is feeding into this. You see this person talking to other people, right? So similarly, you will find that, hey, my friend has posted this picture from M51, which looks cool. So let me go and buy that phone. You may cut down a lot of your discovery and research because you have already got a reference. I am sure most of you at some point in time, for at least some products, you will ask your friends. If I'm buying a car, I will ask my friends, or probably I've seen my friend's car and he's very happy about that car, and I say, hey, that car is good, let me just try with that. That's what the brands want. Even for Matlab, even a software like that, like ours, we will ask people to go and write reviews. We will capture that, put it in our website, or they can go and review. Of course, the bad thing is that they can go and talk bad things about you, bad reviews also. You have seen a lot of bad reviews happening in Amazon also. So your product has to be good. There is no compromise. Your product has to be good. But you are actually making your consumers as advocates of the product and then move them to help others buy the product. Finally, we would rely on a friend saying that, okay, buy this phone, than Samsung telling buy this phone. Because you know that Samsung has got an interest, but your friend probably is interested in your well-being. So he's telling you a right decision to pursue. Now, how does it get when we are into B2B? This is a complex chart, don't worry. So I will take you through this. Now, this is business to business. Now I am trying to buy a CRM software. CRM is customer relationship manager. It's a typical B2B purchase. Companies buy that to get the database of, to organize the database of the customers, understand the interactions by the customers, what they have purchased, when they have purchased, who do we know from the customer, and all those. It's very important. It's probably the, I would say, the veins of any organizations. So any organization will buy CRM. So okay, now I have an organization, I need to buy a CRM. I will go and search in Google. That's what I'm putting Discover. I'll go and search into the CRM software. Okay, I search something and suddenly, then after that, I go to my Twitter and I see this advertisement of Zoho coming up. Zoho is a very famous CRM software from India. So why does Zoho come up? Because I would have probably clicked on Zoho in Google, or Google will know that I have searched for software, CRM software, which information which Zoho will know. I mean, in the sense that not that they'll send an email and all, are all algorithms, and Zoho will start pushing that advertisement on my Twitter. Now, okay, so I understood. Okay, there are Zoho, there is Freshdesk, there are a few others. I'm not saying that, okay, I want to kind of buy Zoho. I'm not still convinced. I go and search. Where do I search? I go and search in Zoho's website. There are some good review sites here. I go and search 10 best CRM software for small businesses. I go and search there. Then I go to Zoho's website. There are several people talking about Zoho. So these are all like friends. Remember the friend taking the picture and putting it? Similar to that. The company is saying that, okay, I have used Zoho and I'm happy with it. Gartner, which is a very eminent analyst firm, they're talking about which are the topmost CRM softwares in the world. So you kind of do the research. And then finally, you probably have 2 or 3 choices. You may not have like one choice, but you may have 2 or 3 choices, and you go and try the product. First, if you go to Zoho's website or Freshdesk website, you will get these price indications, which is on the right bottom. Price indication, and you can choose what you want to buy from there. So, or you download a trial. I talked about the trial earlier. They say get started with your 15-day trial. So you download the trial, and then after the trial, you make a decision whether to go for it or not go for it. So this is how a B2B purchase journey happens. Again, simplistically put, I'm not saying it is simple, but I just want to make sure that you understand the concept. In between this, you can have an event. For example, when you go to the Zoho's website, they say that, hey, we have an event coming up. Okay, I know that now there are no events, but there's a webinar coming up on Zoho. Why don't you attend that? So that may happen. So, and then you find that, hey, it's not that good. Then suddenly your friend comes in and says that, hey, I think I'm using Freshdesk. Why don't you try that? So you probably go back and research Freshdesk. So you see how different choices can come at different points in this journey, and then it can affect your decision. But if your brand is not present in the digital medium, you have lost it. You are never getting into the buyer journey. So that's why it's very important. It's hygiene for you to have a very solid digital presence. Okay, now how does it all come into marketing? So when you go into the marketing literature of digital, you will hear three terms: owned, earned, paid, and we'll go through it. If you are not comfortable with that, I'll go through it. Owned is you control. What is that you control? Your website, your social handles, your Twitter handle, your Facebook handle, your LinkedIn handle, you control. Your blogs, you control. Earned, what you get from others. Remember, I talked about your friend who bought that M51 and taking that picture and putting that in Instagram. That's earned. I didn't ask him to do that, but he did that. I'm Samson. I didn't ask him to do that, but he did that. That's earned. I'm getting free publicity. Social media, some people will tag the particular brands, hashtag the particular brands, retweets. Okay, I put a post up and then people go and do the likes. All that are earned. So I'm getting social goodwill to promote my product. Then blog mentions. Some people, when they write about the blog, they will mention about that particular product. Review mentions backlinks, that I'm writing a blog. I'm very happy with the service. I'm writing a blog and I say that, hey, for more information, go to this website, the backlink. Now that's earned. Now paid. You pay to get it. What do you pay to get it? You have to pay to get your advertisement on Google search pages or any of those pages. You have to pay. Paid ads, social media ads, influencers. So influencers is an interesting phenomenon which is picking up pretty fast. I'm sure at least some of you will know influencers, and you probably would have following influencers, especially on Instagram. So these are individuals who have got a good amount of following, and they get paid to promote. The recent example, not very recent, but during the pandemic, there was an example of Karan Johar, a famous Bollywood celebrity. So he acted as an influencer for Godrej hair dye. And there was a short video which he posted on Instagram. So he get paid because Karan Johar is pretty famous. Thousands of people follow him. They get influenced and they buy. So that's influencer marketing. Again, paid. Sponsored content. You can put sponsored content in several websites. Several publishing houses ask you for, okay, Mr. Mathers, you want to do some sponsored content with us, you give your whatever you want to put about your company and all, we will put, but you need to pay. That's sponsored content. What happens when somebody reads that and say, hey, this is good, this software is good, let me go and buy that software, or let me go and at least explore that software. So that's how it helps the brand. Now retargeting, I talked about it. You go to the website, you try to buy something, or you search something, you click on something, you go to another website, you are seeing the advertisement. So for example, the other day I was trying to buy a chair for my home because just staying here for quite some time, I wanted a better chair. And I went to this website called TransSteel. Wherever now I go, they are serving with me advertisements of TransSteel chairs, because they know that Sanjay is in the buyer journey to purchase a chair. Now I want to influence him. So they will show the chair, and they will show the chair with some discounts if they are smart. Okay, now we talked about the examples and we talk about the skills. I told you, right, skills are important, and we'll talk about that, how we can develop those skills. Plain English, owned, these are the skills: content marketing, email marketing, HTML, CSS, search engine marketing, testing, A/B. Well, we'll not go into the details. It's just to help you understand. These are all very in-depth field in itself, like content marketing. I will not probably advise you to pick up HTML and CSS. If you know the language, know it, perfect, very good. But may not be very critical from a marketer's perspective. There are technical people who can do that. But email marketing, content marketing are really a good area. Search engine marketing, testing are all kind of building their space up in marketing. Earned, it's social listening. When I say social listening, like say, for example, if my brand is MathWorks or Matlab, I will listen to the conversation happening in the social sphere, be it LinkedIn, be it public blog space and all those. And what are people talking about Matlab? Where are we getting mentioned? And it's not that I am putting 5 people to do that, but it's all done with technology, with platforms, which can help that. So we search that, we understand that, and we find that, okay, this guy is an influencer. Okay, he has got some 10,000 followers, and he is pretty much well known in data analytics. Shall we speak to them and make him an influencer? That's probably one idea which I'll get there. So that's social listening. Again, this is also one field in itself. It comes under the social media. Paid influencer marketing, we talked about it. So there is a stream of marketing which handles influencer marketing, mobile marketing, SEO, search engine optimization, because we have to optimize our pages so that when people search smartphone under 15K, our mobile phone has to come up, because there are thousands of phones like that. Now, how do I make sure that my mobile phone come up there? Or somebody is asking that good smartphone with good pictures, which can take good pictures. My phone should come up as one of the first. So that's the stream in itself, SEO. Paid ads, we talked about that, and content marketing. So content marketing is kind of becoming the center stage of marketing very lately. It's just not there when I was doing my management. Now, at the base, there is analytics. The marketing has become very much driven by data. I talked about how data about the buyer will help you make the right messages at the right time. I think one of the earlier speakers talked about that. I think probably Ashraf sir talked about the right message at the right time. So we have to bring those right message at the right time, so that when I'm in the purchase journey, you are giving the offer. There is no point in giving me the offer 8 months back on a chair. I would have never bought it. But giving me the offer for chair right now, I can make the purchase. So that is offered by digital marketing. That is offered by understanding the underlying journey of Sanjay, the data of Sanjay, and then giving him that offer. So analytics is big in marketing, and hopefully I can come back maybe some other time and then talk to you about how data is used in marketing. I mean, that's one of my favorite sections. Now, get it started. I talked about the journey being very continuous. In 2000, when I passed out of my management school, there was nothing called digital marketing. Yes, there was websites and all those. We passed out as an unfortunate time when the .com bubble busted, but there were hardly anything called digital marketing. There were no campus recruitments for digital marketing. Now, if I had stayed there as a marketer without learning anything additional, just learning whatever was taught in that school, I would have become obsolete. I would have become out of job. But I stayed continuously. I engaged. Some I learned on the job. Some I learned from my seniors, my mentors. Some I learned by myself. I read. I attended several courses. I continuously learn. So I just put some of these places where there are a lot of free resources. So for example, LinkedIn.com/learning provides 1 month free trial. I'm not saying that you should take the paid courses, but probably you can use the free trial and then learn some courses. Analytics.google.com, very important. I would strongly urge, if one thing you can do after this session is to go to analytics.google.com, understand the courses, and courses are free. You can take certifications, get your digital analytics skills very, very much up. I mean, it's very much in demand. It's not going to go away. Now, having said all these things, there is no guarantee that 3 to 4 years from now, these will be the skills in demand. So you have to continuously learn. You have to continuously keep reinventing yourself. It's not that you did MBA from MES Institute, come out, and yes, I got a job, I'm happy. You can be happy at that moment, but continuously learn because things are changing at a really, really fast pace. You know that things in front of you are changing. And I have seen it, and I'm sure that some of the seniors who spoke earlier to me, and I've seen it much more. There are lots of webinars which are happening free, and I've mentioned a couple of them. You can just search and you will get more. And I'm happy if you want to connect with me, and I'm happy to kind of tell you some of those places where I go to learn more. I still attend webinars in almost at least a weekly basis, at least one, so that I keep myself on what's happening in marketing, what's happening in the other areas. Even though I'm a B2B marketer, I love watching B2B because B2C, because that's where I can connect and can I apply that in B2B. There's a lot of conversations in marketing about B2B and B2C converging. Yes, true, but that topic is for another day. So for example, this is one webinar, update your email prospecting strategy for uncertain times, and it was free. So there are lots of these things which happen free, and I would strongly suggest that you learn this. Don't just be happy with what is being taught in the school. I know I've seen your curriculum for digital and social media, really good curriculum, but don't just be happy with that. Be hungry, be curious to learn more so that you get better in your life. Okay, that's all what I have to say. I hope this session has been useful. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity, especially Habib sir, Liaquat Ali sir, and Suma ma'am. Thanks very much for this opportunity, and thanks to Namnita for introducing me. Then Ashraf sir, Abdul Hassan sir, and all. Thanks for giving a context to this presentation. And it's very happy to be present at this time, and I'm very happy to talking to an audience in my home state. That's really a pleasure, and I would hopefully we can meet again. Thank you, and back to Namnita. I'm happy to take any questions if you have. Happy to take that also.
Hi, sir. I am Binu. I have a simple doubt, sir. After hearing your section, I feel like we are in this modern era of digital marketing. We rely more on social media and the online ads.
Correct.
So, what's your opinion about the emergence of this digital advertisement in the next 5 years? Where do you see that? How will it be evolved?
Okay, good. Yeah, thanks for the question, Vinu. I mean, I hope I could have kind of predicted what's going to happen in 5 years. But I mean, I can tell you from my experience, and I'm sure that you can relate to it. Earlier, the digital advertisements were only on your laptops. Now it has moved to mobile. And the medium is going to change. And as I think Habib sir was mentioning about AI, that's going to really understand the data and give you advertisements which are very specific. I can give you some examples. If Vinu kind of walks into a store, a retail store in Cochin, and then you are kind of walking around the retail stores, they will be able to tell you, because if the store is connected through Internet of Things and all those technologies, they'll be able to tell you which rack you are near. For example, if you are near Cadbury's chocolate rack, and you would have probably searched for Cadbury's chocolate online, I don't know, I'm just making this up, or maybe a smartphone, and then they can immediately give you some advertisements. Hey, Vinu, that offer is there, exclusive offer for you, 25% off on Cadbury's chocolate, which is in this rack. So marketing is getting very specific. I talked about being on demand at the right time. So at the right time, they are giving the offer. So because of our GPS, because of our location-based services, because of Internet of Things, which is connecting a lot of these machines across, they're all talking to each other. And they know exactly what Vinu is looking, what are the things which Vinu is interested in, probably what age Vinu are, and then give you the right offer. So I see these advertisements in a very short way. I see these advertisements as getting very specific, very customized, probing you to buy more. Of course, the other thing is, as a consumer, is it right or wrong? We can always think and we can always debate. We are becoming a consumerist society, but you get better offers, that's for sure, to buy. Whether it's up to you to buy or not, but you get better offers. I don't know whether I answered your question, Vinu.
Yes, sir. One more doubt, sir. What about the digital section, the digital advertisements of this modern era? How will it be evolved when we suppose if I have a product to launch, rather than conventional the FB pages and blogs and so on and so on, we are paying more and more in digital advertisement. If the Google needs to be our search engine marketing and all, we are tending to spend more on advertisements and the promotions of our products in the online. So what will be the future of that? Do you think? Is there a huge possibilities in that?
Yeah, there is. Now, the flip side of that is, unfortunately, a large amount of these advertisements are still controlled by Google. And if you have been kind of reading, Google changes its algorithms. And when they change the algorithm, some search engines or some pages which are ranked really high will come down. Or, and we have faced this with Matlab, they start asking for more money for some of the key search terms. So you are sad to say, but we are at the mercy of Google in many cases. So I would suggest that your digital strategy should not be just based on digital advertisements. I mean, that's a big part of it. I'm not taking anything away from it, but you should have other means to reach it through social media and other websites where the person can technically go and hang out. So that's how I see it. I mean, I like Google as a big company, but some of the tendencies are to be monopolistic, which is there. And you know that there was also a case today on monopoly of these fag companies, Facebook and all those Google and all those companies. But they still rule 90% of the real estate which you see on the web. So it's a big opportunity as well as probably a big risk for a marketer.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. It was very informative.
Thank you. Okay, now since the first question is down, I'm sure that other people will be, I mean, always the first question is difficult to come. So thanks, Vinu, for that question. You can stay connected with me through LinkedIn. You can search Sanjay Gopinath MathWorks or Sanjay Gopinath, and you should be able to kind of figure me out. And you can follow me. So I write a little bit on marketing and all those stuff through my blogs on LinkedIn. Yeah, if there are no other questions, then I can pass it over to Navneeta.
Navneeta, are you there? Navneeta.
Yes, miss.
So wind up the session, Navneeta.
Okay. Today, everything is going digital. Your customer or your business network will take you seriously if you have a good online reputation. I use this opportunity to thank Mr. Sanjay Gopinath for this wonderful session. I would like to thank Advocate A.A. Abul Hassan, Secretary, Managing Committee, MES AIMAT. Mr. M.M. Ashraf, MES District President, Ernakulam. And Mr. K.M. Liaquat Ali Khan, MES District Secretary, Ernakulam. I thank Dr. P.A. Habib Rahman, Director of MES AIMAT, for arranging this webinar. I would also like to thank Dr. A. Mohammad Sajjad, HOD of MPA Department. Last but not the least, I like to thank all the faculties and students for their kind cooperation and participation. Thank you all. Have a good day.
Sanjay sir, it's me, Suma. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for that session. I think students have certain doubts, but they are not ready to ask you, sir. So
sure, no problem. Yeah, they can reach out to me. You know my email address also.
Okay,
so
okay. I will give them, sir.
Yeah,
I will give to them, sir. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.